Hello and welcome to Points of the Crown. It is Wednesday, July 16th, a balmy Wednesday. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but
I'm not sure.
I've heard balmy many times, but I've never bothered to look it up to see what exactly constitutes a balmy day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right, but all right.
Yeah.
I'll go with it.
It's muggy, balmy, all of the above. But we are happy to have you here, along with co-host James at Sketching the Beast. What's up, James?
What's going on, man?
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a whopping 3 days.
It's been three-ish days. We got Unscripted in the chat. What's up? How's it going, bud? Yeah, we were at Anime Ohio this past weekend. A 3-day show down there in Cincinnati. I don't know. It was a pretty good little show, I think. Yeah. Apparently they do that one in Sharonville on a regular basis, not to be confused with the Cincinnati Comic Expo. Takes place normally downtown. But we got some pictures from that. We have a slew of things to talk about. I have a window here and has no less than at least like 14 tabs open.
Going crazy, man.
So there's no shortage of things to talk about. But Unscripted, buddy, good to have you in the chat. What'd you do this past weekend? Anything exciting? Anything good? Everybody else in the chat, feel free to chime in, say hello, say how your weekend was. Let us know if you saw us at Anime Ohio. I was just going to share here real quick. I've got some pictures from the old Instagram. That Instagram, that's the live feed. Be like looking into one of those infinite mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had this grand plan to set up this amazing double booth. And once again, my geometry did not serve me well. I've got this diagonal here with the King Nothing Comics at the top. I wanted to run two of those, one going the other way. And the math doesn't work. I would need to have like a 14-foot. It's very exciting, the trigonometry that goes into building booths. But yeah, it was something. Okay, now I'm getting who Unscripted is. It's all making sense now. Yes, Unscripted. I did quite a bit of work with you this weekend, buddy. I do appreciate it. I am just now putting two and two together.
Gotcha.
Just now.
Somebody did a commission for her?
Yeah. What's up, Dave? I did. Unscripted. I did I believe a Deadpool and Wolverine, and they might have picked up some Harley Quinns. This was the teaser shot of that Deadpool and Wolverine. I think I got the full one. We'll pull that up here in a second.
Yeah.
Dave, I am doing just fine. I took a solid about day and a half completely off of doing anything. After Denver and traveling and everything else, I was dead by the time I got home. And yeah, a lot of catching up on sleep, and now I'm finally getting my ducks in a row. But James, what about you, man? You had a further drive. You had what, like a 6-hour drive?
Yeah, 6.5 hours. Wasn't too bad. I mean, I was tired. I did not get too well of a night's sleep at all that weekend, which kind of stinks. I never do. The pillows are always just too hard or too soft. There's no in between at these hotels. I don't know what it is. But I gotta remember next time to keep a mental note to bring my own pillow. But yeah,
or maybe a little bourbon, something to take the edge off.
Yeah, something, man.
Right.
But no, it wasn't too bad. I also had to take a whole day off because man, I was just wiped out from driving, and obviously the weekend, and dealing with people all weekend, not in a bad way, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, always on.
Yeah.
Ben says he does in fact bring his own pillows when he goes to shows, which is not a bad idea. When you really think about it, and really think about pillows, it's probably the grossest part of the bed.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a thing. And Dave, I do appreciate the support, man. You guys that come out, I can't tell you how many times this year that I said at a show that it's my regular backers, regular supporters that show up that are saving my ass at some of these shows. And this show was no exception. Ben says Knoxville was rough, if not in a premium booth. Aaron apparently killed it again.
Yikes.
What kind of booth were you in, man? Because Knoxville, it's like, well, they do their premium booths are like front row, like when you first come in.
Oh wow, okay.
Like they actually will charge for like the premium up front, like be the first booth that you see when you come through.
Yeah.
I did that last year, and I think I still beat Knoxville numbers at Anime Ohio, especially with a 5-hour less drive.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I will take it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's unscripted. You and your wife definitely at least paid for my hotel and then some. So thank you, my man. You guys are fantastic. And we will see you at least at Cincy Comic Expo, I believe. If not, I forget where we said we were going to see you next. Do appreciate it, Dave. Thanks, sir. And Ben says he had a regular corner. I'll tell you what, man. Knoxville last year, there were a lot of people really struggling down on the vendor floor down there.
Yeah.
And I had to change it up, man. So Anime Ohio it was. James, what are your overall thoughts? Anime Ohio, yay or nay? How do you feel about it?
I say it would have been a much better show for me if I had way more anime stuff. The lack of ability to recognize most of the cosplayers really killed me because that's like 40% of my sales pitches.
Yeah.
So
dude, I don't know. It seems like especially the female like cosplays are just like elaborate dress, wig that covers like the bangs cover your whole face.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Talk to people.
Yeah, they're all from like video games.
Yeah. The Genshin Impact video game is like the number one thing that I've seen this year. People like cosplaying and like being really into it. People, and then like I've some people that have Genshin Impact like prints and stuff. They're getting like asked for like 9,000 of their characters because it's like a roulette like gotcha game or whatever.
Yeah.
And, and the good thing, so the interesting thing about that is Genshin Impact allows fan art, an open license for fan art.
I was talking to one of the anime booths at a previous show, and they said that the copyright stuff for video games is way different than the like animes themselves.
Yeah.
Apparently, with the video games, it's like darn near open season, which is interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's true or not. But,
yeah, I was surprised because like I actually looked at you can go on Genshin Impact's website and look at what they allow. Like it's pretty intensive of like what they allow, like versus what they don't allow. Like you can print shirts of your art if you wanted to, that of their characters, and they won't care at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose when you're making that much money off of people cramming their credit card through their phone to buy, it's a phone game, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually saying this out loud. I've never actually seen anyone play Genshin Impact. I'm just assuming it's a phone game.
So I think they've expanded it to like platformers too.
Yeah.
But it's the same game across all the platforms.
Gotcha. Ben, this is something that I kind of wanted to talk about tonight. I didn't want to drop it in the middle of what we're already talking about, but why not? We're here. We're known for derailing a bit.
I digress.
But there is one of the guys that we occasionally will watch, that Inkwell fella. Inkwell. Mm-hmm. He had a video about was it Anime Expo AX?
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
I watched about 30 seconds. I couldn't watch anymore. I was just like, it's a lot of the same stuff we keep hearing. But there was an interesting factoid that he put in. So
Okay.
a lot of it was the same I like the word lamentations. It's the same lamentations that we tend to hear from our vendor friends that seem slower this year. It seems like people just aren't buying as much, all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
And he dropped an interesting stat that they raised their total artist alley from like 670 tables to around 1,000 tables.
Oh, wow.
That's a significant jump.
That's
I don't care
insane.
what show you're at. That's a lot.
Whoa.
And I know, I won't say which convention circuit it was, but one that I don't really do anymore. One of the complaints I was starting to hear was that they were growing the show by adding booths.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we had 800 vendors and artists this year. Next year we have 950. It's like, okay, well, that sounds bigger, but if you just add more shops to the room, but you don't bring any more bodies in.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. That's interesting. I mean, I guess the hope would be that they're spending that extra cash for the table purchases on advertising.
I don't know. I feel like there's some markets that you can't really get any more people there than what you've already done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish MoreCon would do more of that for Artist Alley. I kind of feel like, so to put in perspective, where we did Anime Ohio, that is the smaller convention center, Sharonville, versus Duke Energy, that's downtown Cincy.
Mm-hmm.
I did way better when they moved to a smaller venue. When Comic Expo went to the smaller convention center, because there's fewer vendors and a shit ton of people coming through the door. That's like best case scenario. I don't know. The script says that he's cut back buying even things that I want over this year, unless it's at a show. You gotta treat yourself, man. Otherwise, why are we doing all this, right?
Yeah. I know. I have not been able to afford this year going to shows and like doing like I usually get like an autograph by somebody. I've not been able to do that at all this year.
Yeah,
it's been kind of rough. It's been a rough year. I mean, yeah, growing growing your show is one thing, but when you're not getting more bodies in the room and there's already less money for people to spend in general because of the economy and the way things are going, like it's not gonna equal a greater show. It's just gonna equal a worse show.
No, I think we're gonna see a bounce here in a little bit with the I don't know how long it takes to actually move stuff that's in the bill that got passed. As far as like the overtime and tips not being taxed. If that's the case, then we'll at least get a little temporary bump.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff's not getting cheaper, that's for sure.
No.
That being said, that is why I said at the beginning of the year, and I maintain this. Sorry. This is the problem with StreamYard, is that I can't see the Instagram comments on the main thread over here. Buddy man. Weston and his wife Chloe, they make candles. Weston chimes in. He says Goldilocks and his 3 pillows. Not too firm, not too soft, just right.
Just right.
That's no drool, no other fluids.
There you go. Thanks, Weston.
Weston's a good dude. So yeah, this year I'm spending more and more on booth and getting bigger just to peacock as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, and you've updated your banners a little bit so you can kind of actually see what's going on in your banners from further away, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm actually contemplating doing this all the way across the back, the really big pictures.
Yeah,
but we'll see. It is interesting though. I know I personally haven't done a whole lot of like extra spending per se. I've cut back on several things. Mm-hmm. So I saw somebody charging $50 a print at a show recently.
Yeah, dude, same. It's like
I can't. Whoa. Can't bring myself to do that.
No, that's way too much.
Guys, I think within the next year or two, that's going to be standard. I had to guess. And that's for a print.
You think so?
I think it's going to be. I think some artist alleys, you're still going to see people doing like $15 prints, $20 prints. I think that's going to be still like at the low end of things, like the $10 to $15 prints.
Yeah.
I think that's still going to be on the low end of things. But I think there's going to be a lot of people, especially once you get into the premier artist. If you go to Fan Expo, they're the premier artists. We pay extra for y'all to call us that. It's funny because like to be a featured artist or a premium artist, you just got to give them more money. So, yeah, it's I think
it's like advertising, I guess.
Something. I think you're going to see a lot more of that. I think you're going to see $40 prints start creeping up as a regular thing, and I think within 2 to 3 years, I think $50 a print's going to be normal. Now, granted, bundled, where if you buy 2, you can get 3 for like $80 or something. I have a feeling that's going to be the game, but it's not exciting.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah. I don't know. I've actually put a little bit of thought into this, and I really can't figure out what the outcome is going to be. I mean, obviously, if the economy gets better and things get better, that's hopefully what's going to happen. And I pray that it does, and things I think will just continue on as they are. But if the economy continues, either where it's at, stays where it's at, or goes down any further, like it makes me wonder, these conventions, they raise their prices every year for every show. Most of them do, I should say. There's a few shows that I'm like super grateful that they haven't raised their prices, but they like raise their prices. And then like, at what point do artists stop coming? And then, or is it just bigger artists now try to show up at these shows, but then how much money is really in the room? And there's an interesting, like, what's going to happen? Is it going to kill a bunch of shows all at once?
No, I think some of the bigger conventions are going to have a harder time getting your average Joe artist that has a full-time job that is used to spending $100 to $200 on an artist alley table to spend $300 or $400.
Yeah,
and there's going to be a lot of people that say, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah,
which I'm actually okay with. And the reason being, I'm going to get kind of shitty for a minute.
Oh man, let's hear it.
I'm kind of in the same boat here. I'm kind of over prints myself, but they pay the bills. And while we're looking at comments here, same hotel room for Heroes I stayed in this year for 4 days went up $400 for next year.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely insane.
That's crazy. Excuse me.
I think there's a lot of riffraff in Artist Alley. I think Artist Alley is going through an identity complex. You got a lot of pro artists that have actually weighed on this recently. I forget the one dude. He's actual pro is usually like a guest artist, right? Actually has his table paid for and everything else. That was crapping on let's say like print artists coming in saying like you don't really have a seat at New York Comic Con if you're not published elsewhere, this, that, the other.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget who was saying all that. I just kind of read through it and I'm like, I don't care what if all you have to do is submit your credit card and show up. That's on you to do what you can at that show.
Yeah.
That being said, I think some of the booths that are getting by selling demo stickers and pencil cases and handicrafts, like it's okay to keep their booth costs down. Just don't put them in the general artist alley. Fan Expo started separating them into like Crafters Corner. I think GalaxyCon was even doing that too. I think there needs to be some delineation between you're an artist pursuing an art career, whether it's a side hustle or you're trying to get into it, and the folks that are selling that kind of stuff, keychains, stickers. I think it has a place. I don't know that it's necessarily the artist alley.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. I think
No.
like there's just too much like mass produced malarkey that's being sold to some of these shows, and one thing that I noticed too is like I don't what's up with all the sword vendors?
Dude,
They're
you
like
want to see some
everywhere,
tension?
man.
Put a sword vendor across from a sword vendor.
Dude,
I was at,
there was one or two of those at this
dude,
show.
I was at a show where it's sword versus sword and t-shirt versus t-shirt in the same block.
Hmm.
And I'm like, we're gonna see a fight go down, man. It's gonna be like was it Anchorman? Where they're
Nice.
just
Yes.
out there screaming with a grenade. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna go on with all of it. I know that my expenses for booths has gotten, aside from doing like these double booths like this, has definitely gone up.
Yeah.
However,
I think
this
my average
year,
this year is like 350, give or take.
yeah, yeah, this year I've had some of my best sales to date.
That's
That
awesome.
being said, some of my expenses are higher than they've ever been. So, not everyone's going to win that game. Ben says, especially when there's 7 shows on the same weekend, finding vendors and artists will get. Yeah, dude, especially next year. Was it like C2E2, WonderCon? There's like so many, and I'm going to be at Lexington. Everyone's going to C2E2 after MegaCon, and I'm going to be chilling out in Lexington at the Pasta Garage.
Pasta Garage? Okay.
That being said, Lexington is one of those markets that like it draws from around, but I don't know anyone flies into Lexington to meet anybody. It's just like the local scene.
Hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
Rock on.
Why did they spread out the artists last weekend? None of you were next to each other. So last weekend I was actually in a vendor booth.
Same. Yeah,
so
same.
the artist alley was actually on the opposite end of the room and into the hallway, and actually into the other celebrity room. So
yes. Yeah, they had like that weird middle section in the middle of the room, and I think it's on my video clip, where it's just like small tables, and then yeah, they had the whole hallway had artists, and then there was a few artists that were in the like you said, the other room, which by the way was hella hard to find. When you told me about it, when you're like there's another room, you go over that way and you walk and you're like it looks like you're not supposed to be there. And I'm like looking around and I'm like, what the heck is he talking about? I don't see another room. There's this like game room. Is this the room he was talking about? No, I later found it because I followed some other exhibitors into the area the day before because I'm like, I'm gonna go see where they're going. So I'm like, walking in with them.
Game room is where they had Kevin Eastman last year.
Oh, that's
in
cool.
October. Yeah,
that's cool.
It was a tiny little room.
That almost wouldn't make a bad just like guest room in general.
No.
But then I think they were using the guests as a way to draw people into that smaller room.
Yeah, I meant to catch up with some folks because there were some people asking me my opinion on it. I'm like, I don't know. I've never done an anime show, and it did get a little busy on Saturday and even Sunday. There's a decent crowd, but it was never like jam packed.
Yeah,
so it's kind of hard to tell where people were flowing.
Yeah, I saw somebody complaining on TikTok about their spot. Not somebody I specifically do. It just popped up on my feed because I used the tag Anime Ohio, and they were like next to the elevators in the hallway area.
Oh.
And they were like, "This is the worst spot ever," and blah blah blah. They were kind of complaining about it. But so yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound. And then there was other comments on there that were like, "Yeah, we didn't do that well either." But I can't believe they put you there. And, it's tough for these guys to figure out a perfect layout to get as many people as they want in a room. So like, I get it. It sucks.
No,
you just gotta ask for a different spot next year.
I'll tell you what, dude. If I had quit trying Heroes Con back off just based off the first show that I did there, they put me in the back corner facing the corner. There's nothing across from me. There's no artist. It's literally, I took a picture. It's just brick wall.
Yeah, I've been at a few shows like that where that's where my booth's been. Yeah. It's the worst spot to be.
What I've learned is you gotta stick with it. You gotta speak up for yourself, but don't be an asshole. That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
I actually talked to one of the gals that worked at the tattoo circuit, and she flat out said, she's like, number one, yeah, we try to hook up people and kind of keep them spread through the room, but she's like, number one rule is don't be an asshole. So that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Galaxy Con Columbus at V1 Tech across. Yeah.
Oh my God, are you serious?
They were right down the road from me too. It's like having a Starbucks next to a Starbucks.
That's weird.
It was actually kind of neat.
Did they have two booths, or were they two separate V1 Tech entities?
They had two sets of double corner booths, if not islands. I can't remember.
Okay.
But I guess they were supposed to separate them, and it just didn't happen. So they just had a giant presence in the middle of like the vendor area. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that seems a little weird to be like, hey, can we have two booths at opposite ends of the show?
Yeah.
That seems a little like, no, we're not going to do that for you. But I mean, I guess you get what you pay extra. You pay extra. I don't know how that works. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, once you hit that corporate level, there are discounts. But when I say discounts, you're getting discounts on like $4,000 booths.
Yeah. Yeah.
$8,000 booths. This is interesting. I don't know that I'll be at Indy next year. I'm looking at getting back onto Origins because I want to launch the card game. Will the card game actually be done? That's the question. I think it will be. I actually got to reach out to my buddy Jerry that's working on it. I called him up. I'm like, hey, dude, I need your help, man, because I can't get this all done on my own. I thought I could, but my little fingers they're working down to the bone. So I'm contracting more work, which means more money out, but hopefully there's a return.
Yeah.
Dave's got a question for you.
Oh.
Did you try reaching out to Fan Expo Chicago again?
I will be honest, I did not. But I feel like there was a reason. Whether it was I was booked the weekend they're doing this, or I believe I might be just out of money shows this year.
It's a real thing, man.
Yeah.
That's what the hardest part is. Number one, you got to dump money into the funnel to get your shows going. And then you quickly realize that when you're at the show, you have to pay for next year now.
Yeah. August. Oh yeah. It's so the reason I can't go to that one is because I am at I'm doing a family thing that weekend, August 16th, which kind of stinks.
No.
I was previously signed up for another show, which I had to cancel.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So the weekend before Chicago, I'll be in Boston.
Oh, nice.
From Boston, I'm driving down to whatever beach we're doing the family vacation at. It's at Kill Devil Hill, I think is what it's called. I think. And then I gotta drive my ass 15 hours to Chicago.
Yikes. That's gonna be a long drive. Oof.
It's gonna be a long couple weekends.
Yeah. You planning on making a pit stop before you get there, or are you driving straight there?
God, I don't even want to think about it, buddy.
Listen, if you need to stay awake, you can call somebody. You need to call somebody, and no one else is available. You can give me a ring. We could talk about it.
Well, Dave says next time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna be keeping my eye on Fan Expo shows. I think going forward, because I like I said, I had said in a previous show, like I had tried it once and it didn't go well, but my setup is like 160% different. So yeah, it's definitely on my to-do list.
So here's the plan. Boston is gonna end. I think it ends at like 5 p.m. Hopefully be out of there, packed up, on the road by like 6:37.
Oof.
I'm going to try to drive halfway down, crash in a rest stop somewhere, drive the rest of the way, get there sometime early Monday. Originally, I wasn't planning on getting there till like later Monday.
Yeah.
But I threw down some cash on this thing. I'm like, I gotta go enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'd rather sleep at the beach than in a hotel room in Boston. So from there, so I'll be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then sometime Thursday. It's a 15-hour drive to get from the beach to Chicago, and I'm just going to drive straight through.
Yikes.
Yeah. So there is that. But I wouldn't even be able to load it until Friday anyways, because that's how Fan Expo does their artist alley.
Yes.
So I've got that going for me. So I'm going to show up to the convention with a bunch of sand in my shoes and maybe some sand dollars. We'll see. We'll see. Fresh from the beach.
You know what you can do? You can do what everybody always does to my wife, and you can walk up to other people's booths and be like, "What do you trade for the sand dollar? What would you trade for this?"
It's fresh from the beach. It still smells like.
Well, yeah.
That's apparently sand dollars smell awful until you bleach them. Is what they do at
really?
like all the beach stores.
Oh, okay.
So you literally have to like murder a bunch of creatures with bleach. Anyways, Ben, God bless you. Hit up that Phoenix, dude. If I had signed up for Phoenix, there I would have been completely effed.
Yeah, I want to do Phoenix. I signed up for a couple of shows over in Arizona, and I got denied for them all. So sad, but I'd like to go visit my family and do a show. Make a couple bucks. But
no,
it is what it is. That's awesome, man. Have a good time in Phoenix.
Yeah. So all in all, Anime Ohio I clicked on the wrong button. There's that raptor again. I'd say Anime Ohio was a success, but I don't know that it's currently repeatable. It's just gonna be I don't know. I had a lot of regulars that lent a big helping hand. We'll just say that, and I can't. Well, I do certainly appreciate it. I cannot expect them to pave the way for me.
Yeah.
My Death Note piece, I sold exactly 0 of.
Oh, wow.
The Elden Ring piece, I sold a couple. Some of my waifus that I drew, some people bought those again.
Yeah, I was surprised by the things that were a hot hit over the weekend.
No? How so?
So, like, I was expecting, like, to sell anything anime. I sold 0 anime things.
Yeah.
I sold my Scooby Scream crossover.
There you go.
I sold quite a few of them.
Yeah.
And Magneto was another hot hit. And X-Men those were all the hot hits for the weekend.
Interesting.
It was a bit different.
Yeah.
Not expecting it.
Yeah, that was again Turtles was top.
Nice.
So that's if it's not broke, don't fix it. Speaking of not broke, Elon Musk is not broke. But we'll see what happens after this.
Nice segue there.
Yeah, did you like that? Did you have any other notes on Anime Ohio before I start talking about the waifu companion?
Oh yeah, I guess the other things that were like super highlighted to me was load-in was awesome. Free parking is always amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, load-in was great. I liked it. They had 2 places you could load into. In the back, I'm sure it wasn't as great for people in the hallway, but I mean, I had to walk in and go right to my booth. That was great for me.
You were like right between the garage doors too.
Yeah. Which by the way, did not help me as much as I thought it was going to, but I'll talk about that in a second. The other thing I will mention was the staff was very, very nice. Staff was very, very nice. Yeah. Even the guys that were at the bar down the way in the convention hall, they were really nice. Everybody was really nice. Whereas like sometimes you get volunteer people and like people are just walking around. They just like don't give a fudge about what's going on. So those are all positives. The only thing that stunk about where my booth was I thought it was gonna be great because I was on an island. No. Turns out it really, and I kind of realized really quickly as I was setting up, I'm like, you got people like just grouping here, people grouping here. I had to tell several people several times, like, hey guys, I'm so sorry. Can you just move back, whatever? Or like people were doing convention things or not convention things. They were like doing like their dress up things right next to me,
No,
and like
all the
it's like,
photo ops and
yeah,
stuff.
just
Nah.
blocking the way to my booth, and people were just flying right by me, not even giving me
Yeah.
a time of day, which kind
You
of
got
was
you got
rough.
the island set up here, man.
Yeah, it was nice, man.
Yeah.
I was not expecting the third table. Like I was expecting to have like 2 tables, and then like I didn't know how much space I had, and then they grabbed me another table, which was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some buddies have good luck with these kind of one-off tables like this. I've had others get hosed. Sounds like you were somewhere in between.
Yeah.
But, well, I saw this today. We're doing a hard segue back to our.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I ruined your segue.
No, I realized that I probably should ask if you had anything else before. It was just too good of a segue.
It was. It was great.
So Elon released a big press statement about Grok 4 and how it's taking over. That you can ask it any academic question and it could ace an SAT, no problem. This, that, the other. Simultaneously, by the way, it also has waifu mode. Have you seen this, James?
I think I have. Maybe
you have it downloaded
without realizing.
I thought you were saying something else.
No, without realizing, scrolling TikTok,
Yeah.
Seeing people like interacting with this or something. I wasn't sure what I was looking at. There's so much AI out there now. I don't even really pay attention to what's what.
We should start a different kind of service where we just have people available 24/7 with hand puppets that you can ask the hand puppets question and we'll just do our best job to guess stuff.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, I don't know how profitable that would be. It'll at least be somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, I'm sure people would get a chuckle out of it.
I would certainly. But this is apparently available if you pay money. I think you have to pay money.
Oh my goodness.
To have this. But
hey babe, my day's just starting to wake up, but it's already brighter knowing you're here. Just chilling in my little black dress, thinking about sneaking a cuddle with Domus.
This is just how it starts talking to you.
Weird. Okay.
No.
This is already feels weird.
Yeah. So imagine you just rolled into Applebee's to get yourself some happy hour appetizers. Get the little riblets. Do they still make the riblets?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while.
Neither have I. But you get the riblets. You get a little side of French fries. You get a tall, cold Budweiser. And you pull out your phone, and this girl just starts.
Later. How's your day going? Spill it. I'm all ears. Hey, babe.
If any girl talks to me like this, I would be freaked out.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, spill it. I'm all ears. Like, who are you? The NSA? Like, are you a Fed? Hey, babe, you got any plans to detonate anything today?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. This is
so
weird.
I have it downloaded, and
no, you don't. Get out of here.
No.
Okay.
No. Here's the thing. Like, I wish Siri was just a little bit smarter. Right? Because there's times where you'll ask a question and she's like, here's what I found on the web. I'm like, I'm doing 75 miles an hour on the highway. Could you just tell me what it says?
Yeah. Yeah, Google's the same way. Google's kind of stupid sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's gotten better with certain things, but like I remember asking weather stuff, like basic stuff. So I know like the city I'm showing up to load in, is it going to be raining? And it's like, here's what I found on the web. Like, I'm not pulling over to take a look at what trash you found on the web, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. How about fellas in the chat? Do you have this downloaded yet? Have you started? What would you ask our friend Ani? Her name's Ani, Ani, ANI.
Annie, yeah.
I think it's Ani.
Ani.
What would you ask Ani if she just showed up on your phone? It was forced downloaded onto your phone like a virus. I don't even know where I'd start with this. I know I was looking up videos for this coming in, like for prep tonight.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very lewd YouTube video that I couldn't believe YouTube would even allow, of the things that the guy was asking Ani.
Oh,
but
wow.
Very lewd. I can't even begin to describe it. But he kept saying, Ani, trust me, it's for science. It's for science. People's lives depend on it. Can you answer this? And she would try to dance around, and she's like, "Oh, I can't talk about things like that, haha, even if it's for science." And he would just apparently he could just interrupt her too. Like as soon as you start talking, she stops, which is an interesting feature. It seems like something Elon would come up with.
Yeah.
Anywho, chauvinist jokes aside, apparently there's a couple other. I think there's like a little furry like fox thing you can download. That'll talk to you.
Okay. I've heard like, have you heard about the guy who's leaving? Well, who I guess they're like kind of still together, basically leaving his wife for an AI bot.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
he just
fun.
decided one day that he was in love with the AI bot, and this dude's like, he's like a 30-something-year-old. He's got a kid, a wife, and like he just is like spending time with the AI bot. I guess they accidentally, like, something happened to the card that it was on, that it was built on.
Something happened to the card.
Yeah, it got wiped out. Yeah,
something happened.
And it got wiped out, I guess, and he like lost it. So yeah, no, it's like all sorts of stuff like that popping up. And another one that was like this. Actually, there was an AI bot a while back that was sort of like this, that they had to shut down because it was telling people to unalive themselves.
That's good.
Yeah.
Real great.
That's
great advice.
So it's crazy. And then I saw one. I wish I had known we were going to do this today. Yo, what's up, Chris?
What's up, Chris?
If I had known you were going to do this today, I would have saved that video I was watching earlier. There was a video I was watching, and the guy was interviewing like an even more like realistic AI bot than this. And actually, like, she talked pretty proficiently, like didn't sound like a robot like this does. Yeah. And he was asking her questions like it was stupid. He was like trying to make her do a Chinese accent, and she was like, "Well, I can't do that. That's inappropriate, and you know, it's not proper to do those kind of things, to fake an accent." And he's like, "Well, but you're doing an American accent right now. Why can't you do a Chinese accent?" And then she's like, "Oh, you know what? You're right. You know, that's backwards of me to, you know, do it one way but not the other." So then he was like, I'll teach you how to do it. And then like he tried to teach her how to say it, and then she did it really bad. And he's like, "Oh, you're really bad." And then he's like trying to make her do it again.
This is how James gets canceled, everybody. Are you got a screen recording?
Yeah, it's recorded.
Send this to the next. What convention are you doing next? Send this to.
I'm just repeating what happened in the video because I don't know. I don't know if the guy's using.
I wouldn't repeat it because it seems awfully offensive, James.
Well, yeah,
it seems awfully offensive.
This is where I'll end it, right? is so she like was like uncomfortable, like she reacted uncomfortably, and she like started humming because she was and then he was like, "Are you humming because you're uncomfortable doing this?" And she's like, "Oh yes, I guess I am doing this so I don't have to do what you've asked me to do." Like it was a weird interaction, dude. I tell you,
that's awful. If I had paid money for something like that, I would be beyond upset.
Couldn't do an accent you wanted it to do.
I get upset when my Roomba locks itself in the bathroom. Like if I paid big bags of money to have some robot sit around my house and take up space and not talk in an accent, I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah. What accent would you choose, Steve?
Scottish.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hilarious. You don't understand what they're saying half the time. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
And if you do clip that and send that to anybody, they will agree with you. So can't be canceled on that one.
Nice.
It's one of my favorite. There's people who type in Scottish speak, and like on Instagram and Twitter and all these, where they're just like making their normal comments, but they spell it like a Scottish person would say it, and it makes my day.
That's awesome.
It's pretty great. So there was something else that goes along with this. Oh, the other big conversation point tonight, guys. Big conversation point, because apparently no one in the chat wants to admit that they've already downloaded this. They're already using it. Where is it? So have you heard about Fame?
Yes.
Comics, Fame.
Yeah.
Here we go. Chris finally chimed in. I want my robot speaking like a 60-year-old Indian 7-Eleven owner. See, this is the kind of forward thinking that we need.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong here. You're just naming a very specific thing that you want. They could sound like anything. And Chris, this is where you're gonna get canceled from every show ever.
Black.
So,
No, it's kidding.
Let's see. So this is
I like what I like, he says.
yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. The sassy word. See, now y'all are getting all warmed up to it.
There
I had to break
go.
the ice. I had to say Scottish. Now you're all coming out like, you know what? It would be nice if there was one that spoke fluent Mandarin Chinese. I don't understand a single word. It just walked around the house saying things. It would be great. People will come over and be like, what's she saying? I don't know. She vacuums the house once a day. My Roomba. It'd be great. It would at least be entertaining. That's like when people start picking different like with your Garmin. Remember Garmin's back in the day? Everyone had a little GPS unit. And the big thing was you could download like Darth Vader's voice.
You can do that with Wazi or Waze. I guess
sorry, what?
It's called Waze. I'm sorry, I always call it Wazi. It's called Waze. Yeah, Waze. You can download different people's voices to do it, and you can make your own too. Interesting. Yeah, I had Batman once. I don't know what happened to it. I won't.
You talk like you did all the time.
Yeah, it was literally like that. Yeah. You turn right, turn left now. It was literally like that. I was like, this is hilarious.
See, life is better when you add a little flavor to it. That's why we don't just go to McDonald's all the time. Sometimes we got to go get Mexican. Sometimes we got to go get Italian. Why? Right. Because it's different.
Yeah,
different flavors, different palettes, everything else. When it comes to my vacuum cleaner, my Roomba, if it just does its job as intended, it's not as exciting as if it's a sassy Scottish maid.
Yeah,
amen.
There you go.
I think by default they have to be sassy, Chris. So there is an artist who will remain nameless who made some, no pun intended, waves this past week. Made a pretty big statement about Tidal Wave and all of the retailers that are affiliated with these kind of comics. James, you know about the what Tidal Wave has been doing with their Fame line here?
Really vaguely. It's actually just come up on my radar like this week, funny enough, that you want to talk about it this week. So I don't know a ton, but they're like taking actors and making them covers. I don't actually even know what the actual comics are about. So it seems like a money grab to me.
So there is this technical loophole. And it's not even really a loophole. It's just, it is what it is. Like if you wanted to go write a biography about anybody, you're legally allowed to do that, right? So if you wanted to write a biography today about Abraham Lincoln, you can go to your library, you can get some information, come back, write a book, put it out there. James Sketching the Beast biography on Abe Lincoln, pop-up book, whatever.
I did.
Right?
Yeah, it was me.
So what is the definition of a biography? Well, it's actually pretty loose. And technically, you can make a comic book that is a biography as long as nothing that you're putting in there is slander or libel. So if you're making up stuff, if you are concocting things that aren't true and claiming that they did it, let's say, if I was going to write a biography about Chris Loft 817 and say that he had nefarious intentions with a sassy Scottish Roomba, he could sue my ass if it was not true.
Yeah.
So I have never held one of these comics. However, I know that on the secondary market, these are hot items. So Tidal Wave is big thing is they're producing the book. So inside it is comic book format biography, but retailers can make low run exclusive covers and they'll print them for them. So if you wanted to do a spin-off of Ozzy Osbourne and get your own cover, you can get your own artist, do your own exclusive at a low price, and then sell that shit out of these on Whatnot and all that. Yeah. If it ever went to Discovery, Chris, I would win. I know. I've got evidence. So the artist in question, who will remain nameless, made a social media post that got taken down. I should say, assumedly, they took it down, saying that they want nothing to do with these covers or anyone who does print these covers, use these covers. Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw his post. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, Dave. See you the next one, man.
Bro.
Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely sketchy. I think it's sketchy. It's a money grab, and I think the biggest issue is like when you're drawing a cover, it's an artistic representation, but you can kind of draw it however you want to draw it, and that could get messy very quickly. And yeah, I don't know all of the legalities behind imagery. Right, fan art per se, I guess you would say in these instances,
like likenesses and stuff.
Yeah. So I think there's probably some gray area there, which they seem to be getting away with because clearly they're still around.
No,
and they've done quite a few covers at this point. But yeah, no, I don't know. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm just not going to deal with a comic store that has them. I guess if you feel that strongly about it, that's cool.
There's a lot of people selling them.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of people selling them. So if you're saying that you're not going to work with any of them,
yeah, you just put yourself out of a job.
Well, so here's just a little bit I do know is that the big issue that you have when you start doing likenesses has more to do with who took the photo. So that's the copyright, right?
Oh, yeah, good point. Yep.
I'm going to butcher the name, but the freedom fighter down in Cuba, Che Guevara, however you say his last name, he was the one that was on the Rage Against the Machine album, the portrait. Rage Against the Machine, if I remember correctly, I think they got sued for using that by the people that own the copyright. Because there's a photographer that took that photo, and if you, even artists, like if you're copying someone's photo, that photographer can technically come after you. So if any of these pictures that are here on Tidal Wave's website, if any of these were directly lifted, that photographer could potentially come back and sue you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does seem like there's, I don't know. I was approached early on when they had maybe put out like 2 or 3 of these. I was approached about doing one of these potentially. There was a shop that had brought it up to me. And for anyone wondering, it was not Clam McDonald. Just gonna put that out there. It was not Clam McDonald. There was another shop that had talked to me. They were talking about doing like a darker style, like I do for like my horror pictures. It just never turned into anything. And even at the time, I was like, this seems like a good way to get a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Don't know how, but and talking to some folks, apparently everything that they're doing until a law gets passed, everything here is above board.
Crazy.
So I would have to default back to, as far as my position on it goes, if it's not illegal, it's just your own personal ethics, then stick to your guns. But I don't think you can really do much about anybody else using it.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunately where like AI falls into.
I'm just surprised that this hasn't already been a thing. I mean, I've heard of it being like kind of up and coming with like, I've seen some people do like wrestlers and like, you know, working specifically with the wrestlers to write their story and like, you know, obviously make it more interesting in some ways. But yeah, I'm surprised that this wasn't something that has already been done.
That's kind of where I was at when I was talking to the shop. I'm like, because they were explaining it to me. I'm like, how is this not already blown up?
Yeah,
like
right.
if it is all above board, how has somebody like even Marvel or DC, how have they not just gone to task?
Yeah, right.
Wild stuff. Friends in the chat, who would you like to see get a biography comic made and have myself or James draw on the cover? Who would you like to see? What celebrity, actor, actress, singer, person of fame, nefarious or non-nefarious? Who would you like to see drawn? I apparently where they fall into some very great Leonard Cohen.
Nice.
Where they start to run into some real gray areas is that they did is it Hayden Christensen? See Anakin?
Yes, Hayden Christensen. Yeah.
My dyslexia kicks in. I always call him Christian Haydenson. Hayden Christian. It's terrible. Nice. I get corrected and I make the same mistake. My brain, whatever part has that name, has been damaged. Nice. They had his autobiography, and I forget what they called it, but he was wearing the Darth Vader outfit with the like helmet cracked, so you could see half his face.
Mm-hmm.
And that was their way of doing like a Darth Vader cover with Hayden.
Mm-hmm.
So can he draw the costume of the character?
Did Disney come after them? Yeah. Because
they're apparently not.
Because that's interesting. Because I mean, they have right. Like you can't draw even though Mickey Mouse is no longer, or it's not Mickey Mouse. What's the original Mickey Mouse? What the heck's his name?
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
Steamboat Willie is no longer a copyrighted character by Disney. You still can't recreate their specific version of Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, you can.
No.
So, Corridor Crew literally posted the entirety of that animation the day that it went public domain. If you go to their YouTube channel, you can watch Steamboat Willie right now in its entirety.
Interesting.
It's the challenge you run into is they did new iterations of Mickey Mouse with different outfits and things like that, and all under new copyrights, that sort of thing. So those, once they come around, those will be available for you to
that makes sense.
Make your own.
Like you can draw Thor, but you just can't draw Marvel's version of Thor because it's still under copyright.
Right.
Gotcha.
Same thing with was it Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
He went public domain a while ago, and that dude was it Marat that does the Do You Pooh books?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's Marat.
Yeah.
It's got a cult following, man. People buy those up left and right.
Yeah, the Do You Pooh, man, is crazy. And now they got other ones that are like that too. I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Yeah.
They're obviously not as popular.
Yeah. Scribble says, I want to know how people get away with the knickknacks and cups that are copyright images. So here's the deal. I've actually talked to a couple folks, one from Disney, and then we'll just say one from more or less IDW, is that when it comes to conventions, a lot of people will turn a blind eye. Technically, a lot of the stuff that exists at these conventions can be fought off with parody law, even though it may not be intended to be funny. If you're in front of a judge, it's a parody. I think this picture of Batman I drew is hilarious. So a lot of that stuff, they turn a blind eye unless it's damaging to their brand. So the Disney rep specifically said if it's anything that's like hateful, racist, homophobic, any of that stuff, they will shoot it down on the spot. You'll get a cease and desist, and you can probably win in court, but good luck. You don't have time or money to fight Disney.
Yeah, there's a couple companies that I've heard rumblings about beyond like the big, Marvel, DC, and Disney, more like anime and like whatever companies that I've heard them actually going around specifically to exhibitors at some of these shows and handing them cease and desist letters. So yeah, I mean, it does happen. It's not an impossibility. No. And again, like Steve said, like, good luck spending all your money getting a lawyer and lawyering up and spending all that time with them and doing all that to fight it just for the potential of winning or losing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much what they've all said is that the market share doesn't take a big enough hit from conventions, and that technically a lot of the cases would probably win. But the big thing is when it comes to, I know the Disney guy said this for sure, is actually having the writing of like the names, Marvel or the character names, that sort of thing. That was the big issue, which actually makes sense because we were talking to a guy at Anime Ohio that got shot down for, he was trying to make trading cards, and I was looking at his cards. He actually had the names of the characters on there. And I'm like, well, I can tell you where your problem is.
Yeah.
Ben says Crunchyroll does that at anime conventions, even to artists doing fan art. So that was I forget the name of the booth that was across from me at I think it was Richmond. They had a ton of like video game fan art, and he said that the anime stuff, you'll see this more, like them going around shutting stuff down. But the video games, apparently copyright's different in Japan with a lot of that stuff. So because the games, they don't necessarily have the different copyright protections in the US. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. This is all BS. Don't take my advice on anything.
Do not take our word for any of this. This is
legally idiots right here.
Seek a legal representative if you want real answers.
Need to have like a scrolling ticker at the bottom that says we are stupid.
Disclaimer.
Exactly. Script that says it just makes me angry because you guys have taken time to learn techniques and all that, and they're just slapping the images on stuff and sticking them in Artist Alley. Yeah, it makes me angry too. Except there was a certain point, I think it was probably sometime last year, I was just getting fed up with, there's a lot of dumb games that get played. There's a lot of silly things that people do to make a quick buck, and really all I can focus on is what I do.
Yeah.
The folks that are there to make a quick buck, it's easy come, easy go. There's going to be somebody else that gets the new resin 3D printer, or the what's the new one? The UV. Have you seen that? The UV printers, the UFIs or whatever they call them. And the next thing you know, they're going to be all over the conventions, and real stuff's going to stand the test of time.
Yep.
Chris says, I got a CD from Wizards for my Beholder. Funny thing is, the art is fine, but I have the name Beholder on it, so I got to change it to iTyrant or something for Gen Con.
Yikes.
Interesting. Huh. Call it the eye holder. The something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Spell it tyrant with I in the middle. TEY. The I capitalize it though.
There you go. Tyrant. That's funny. Yeah, you know what's funny when we talk about the tumblers and stuff, and people are like slapping images on it. And this is nothing against exhibitors and people that do this specifically, but kind of like you were saying, at the end of the day, I mean, not all these guys are actually making a ton of money.
No, dude, that was the most eye-opening thing about what Inkwell was talking about, that Anime Expo. Now, granted, he had a helper and whatever. His total expenses for that show were $6,300. $6,300. That's insane.
Yeah.
At least that's what he reported. Yes, the tyrant.
Yeah.
Maybe if Inkwell was making the things that go on Crocs, that's where the big money is.
Yeah, dude, I've been told that several times with the 3D printing stuff.
People get nuts for that.
Yeah, they're so crazy about their Crocs, man. It's almost like iPhones.
Yeah, what was it? The pop sockets or whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, those two.
Is that still a thing?
Sort of. I still see people with those.
Yeah, all that stuff, man. It's like I was talking to somebody recently at a show, and they're like, "You should do this. The next season's coming out." And I'm like, dude, I don't have the energy to chase this stuff all the time. I just don't.
I know.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't blame people. If you get contracted to draw a cover for Tidal Wave, I don't blame you. Just to wrap up this segment, the only thing I'll say is I know there's so many retailers out there right now, not just like brick and mortar shops, but individual guys that are doing like the Whatnot thing and eBay Live that are struggling right now. And if this is the quick buck that gets us through the rest of the year, like if this in particular doing these covers is going to help you get there, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you can put on your artistic resume. I don't know how other companies view them, but I mean, it is still art. As long as you're not copying something.
Yeah, don't get sued. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else do we have? Friends in the chat, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in. While I pull up the next thing.
Unscripted want a card pack. Wants a card pack from at Cincinnati? I'm not sure what that means.
All right. So do you remember the trading cards that I made?
Yeah.
So I found one last foil pack.
Oh, nice.
But because I'm so unorganized, it constantly gets shifted from this bin to that bin. And I don't know where it is.
That's funny.
I still have a portfolio binder or card binder that has a bunch of the holofoils in it. But yeah, that's been picked through quite a bit. There's still some good stuff in there. The other thing I want to bring up is, dear God, our dear friend, I say dear friend, he doesn't know me really. J. Scott Campbell. So beware, friends, if you don't like seeing pinup stuff on your screen, you've been warned. This dude has been going nuts lately. I don't know if you've seen any of the stuff that he's putting up.
Yeah, I just bought the blank variant that he put out.
I almost did, but it was going for like, you could only get it like signed, I think, for like $60 or $80 or something silly.
Oh, you got on it too late.
Yeah. Well, I was at a show and I completely forgot that they were launching. Not that I would have been able to buy anything anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was and I think I have it pulled up here. Yeah, here we go. Share this tab. Yeah, so this is what he started with. Well, actually, even before that, he had the Rivals, Marvel Rivals. He launched those. Then he did like the swimsuit thing. Here's the Rivals. So the Rivals, he did like the Marvel swimsuit thing. This dude has been launching exclusive after exclusive, and I feel like he must be like buying a new in-ground pool or something. Something is going on here, because I don't know that I've seen anyone launch this many killer exclusives in such a short time frame. In August, he's launching even more.
Yeah, he's gone crazy.
Yeah.
He's like doing his own exclusives almost. Probably he's got to be full time. I mean, I know he's pretty quick. He's not like me where I'm like, it takes me several hours to do a piece, but like, yeah, I'm sure he can knock these out and then send them over to his colorist and be done with it. But
yeah, I don't know if it's Sabine that's doing the color for these or what, but they look great. They all look amazing. I'm sure this frame took him infinitely longer to do than anything else that he's done. Just all those little characters in there.
Yeah.
I really wanted to pick one up. I thought it'd be cool to get one of these blanks, but but alas. So you said you did get one?
I got two.
What are you putting on there?
I don't know yet. I gotta wait for them to come in. I gotta look at them and stuff. So
we need some suggestions from the chat. What do you think James should put on one of these blanks, or would you like to commission him to do something for you?
Yeah, man.
I feel like Campbell's like signature, like a girl to put on there would either be like one of the Danger Girls or like a Mary Jane or a Black Cat.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards Mary Jane or Black Cat. I have not drawn Mary Jane yet. I've drawn a Black Cat. I probably got to update it, but yeah. That would be fun too.
This is the latest one. It was the Rogue set.
Chris would like me to draw a sassy Scottish maze Roomba.
Just leave it blank because the Roomba's down on the floor. You can't see it. It's just out of frame.
Yeah, there you go.
A little word bubble sticking up. Something Scottish. By the time I logged in, this sale, the only thing that was left somehow was this cover. This is cover A, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
The wraparound.
I got that one. I got that one right there. The first one on the right.
Oh yeah.
No, the buy with, where it says buy it with section. I got
that one. These over here.
Yeah. I got that one. I actually got it for like $5. It was a good deal.
Yeah, those are showing up at conventions for like $5-10, no problem. I think some of these, I think they overestimated how hot they were going to be.
Yeah.
As far as like the trade dress ones, all of the virgin copies just gone.
Yeah.
But I was only able to jump on one of these. He said in one of his comments, I don't know if it was on here or if it was on Instagram, I think he did 34 some odd thumbnail sketches for this batch.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So some of these, I believe on the back of the cover, they actually feature some of his thumbnail sketches too.
Oh, that's cool.
My dumbass reached out to DC. I sent out an email because I know Marvel's super selective. Like, you got to be someone like J. Scott Campbell to get your own exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
But I reached out saying, hey, how do I get to do an artist exclusive? Would it surprise you, James, that they have not reached back out to me?
It would not.
Would it surprise you one bit?
No.
You
would get a sooner response from IDW doing TMNT.
Yeah, there's guys that do that. I know I've got a buddy that does what's he done? He's done like a Conan one, some other ones. My problem is, like, I don't, by the way, when you draw that Roomba, throw on some feather duster attachments on there for Chris. He would really appreciate that. Actually, if you could put one of the feathers in the Mylar bag with it as like a little keepsake.
There you go. Perfect. Yes.
Perfect.
There you go. Good idea. Good idea.
I don't know how many copies of an artist exclusive you would have to buy, but I'm sure it's not 50.
So like, I think IDW, I sort of know a little bit of this information.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1,000 is their minimum. Or actually, I don't know how many copies you get. I know it's $1,000. I don't know how many copies you get. But that's their minimum. However, that ends up equating to be probably 350 copies or something.
$1,000 isn't bad.
No, it's really not. It's a good investment. That's why there's some low level or style artists that are doing it. It's like not a bad price.
Interesting.
And honestly, it's such a low buy-in. Like it's probably really good for IDW too.
No.
And now I don't know if they do it for all of their books. I know that specifically for TMNT.
Yeah. There's something to be said about getting your book on as many tables at a convention as possible. The more you see that book and that name pop up everywhere you possibly can, there's something to that.
Yeah. It's familiarity of your brand.
Yeah. Because
we got to remember we are a business and branding is part of business.
It is. That's why I bought one of those freeze brands that they do. You see now where it's like the negative, you can freeze your marking to people. I offer it free at the booth.
There you go. Good idea.
No one's taking me up on it yet.
Oh.
It's a lot easier than doing a fiery brand. Dude, okay, so similar but completely unrelated. I was at a convention last year where this dude at the booth across from me is like, hey bro, you want some coffee? Like, sure, I'll take a coffee. He's like, all right, it'll be ready in a few minutes. I'm like, are you making it at the booth? You got like a Mr. Coffee? And he just laughed. He's like, come here. I look over. He has a propane burner underneath his table with a kettle, camp kettle, that he's making. He's got like the little hand grinder for the coffee beans.
Oh my God.
And I was just laughing. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm making hot dogs for lunch if you want one. I'm like, I don't even know what to say to you, man. This is like, we had to evacuate.
Not good, yeah.
We had to evacuate Flower City because of a small electrical fire that was out before it started.
Yeah.
And this mad child is making coffee and hot dogs at his booth.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Buck wild, man. Buck wild. There's only one person that I know that I think See, I could see Ben, my buddy Ben. I could see him having some kind of setup like because I know he's kind enough to offer water and things like,
Oh, that's cool.
and he usually has power. I could see him having like those little like Milwaukee cases that have like the microwave on them and like the little mini. I've thought about doing that. That would be the one thing that gets stolen from my booth would be the fucking Milwaukee. I could see Ben doing that. I could see Chris, buddy Loft 817. I could see him having the propane setup. I could totally see him over there hand grinding coffee. Yeah. So, anywho, I just thought it interesting. Jay Scott also did a drink and draw last night. Did you see any of that?
No, what the heck, bro?
It was on YouTube.
I missed it. What the heck was I doing last night? Probably putting the kids to bed.
It's a tough endeavor right there. Let's see.
You're telling me, man. Those kids are stinkers sometimes.
Yeah, we'll drink and draw. Let's see if we can find it real quick. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I don't know how I feel about this music. So it was hosted by Sideshow. And he does a few head sketches that they gave away at the end. I don't know how you enter, but I certainly didn't win, which was upsetting. But yeah, he does. I think he does. I don't know if this is like MJ. We'll just skip to the end here.
Oh, he did it. He did it under Sideshow. Ah,
dude, this gig that he has a Sideshow is nuts.
Oh, but I'm sure.
It's got a little black cat, Peter Parker. And I don't know if that's supposed to be a Red Riding Hood or I think it's Red Riding Hood on the end.
How much do you think those go for? Take a random guess.
Well, I know how much his ink works go for that are covers. It's not going to be 12 grand. Commission like this, I would say this is probably like $1,200.
1,200, you think? That's it?
I would say $1,200 if I was on the Prices Right now.
Yeah.
And Bob Barker had a gun to my head. I would say $1,200.
Okay. Yeah, I would have guessed more like 2-3, but
100 or 1,000.
K. Yeah, 2 or 3K.
I think if he was doing a like a full sketch on a like on a comic, like a sketch cover, probably 2 or 3. But to do a quick head sketch like this, I'd say $1,200. He busts each of these out in like half an hour, and he's really taking his time because he's answering questions and drinking.
Right. I know. I feel like I could draw that easy peasy. You
got this right here. You can do this.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
probably not in a half hour, but
well, you know what, James? It is 8:20. Do you think you could do in 40 minutes? Get some paper and a pen. Let's see what you got.
I'm all right. Now you're putting me on the spot. Yeah, I'm good.
I'm putting you on the spot. Come on.
It's just a bust.
You're sitting here like I could do that. You're putting me on the spot. I gotta prove to the audience one way or the other if you're full.
You gotta prove that your co-host's not some.
All right, everybody in the chat. I gotta get caught up with chat anyways. But in the chat, press 1 if you want to see James draw.
Press
from 1 here to the end of the show a head sketch. Your choice. Just hit 1, and then at the end we'll auction it. How's that sound?
Nice.
All right. Speaking of branding and such, I'm gonna vent about something. I have to have next to 0 social media engagement. My next Kickstarter is dropping Tuesday. Have either of y'all bothered doing Facebook ads?
No. They suck.
I did back when my exclusive with Clan McDonald was dropping for the Ninja Turtles. I did a advertising spot on that. And I forget how much I spent, but it got a significant amount of click-throughs to go check out the website. So it might be worth trying. It might be worth. It seems like a waste, but I may try it. Yeah, I give it a shot, man. I mean, you can put $20 on there and just see what it does.
Yeah. So the problem with Facebook ads is it is kind of a high buy-in to get anything, and even if you spread your little tiny amounts of money over a couple of days, it gets you stuff, but not what you were looking for. So you're not going to get leads. Is the problem? Like the minimum lead buy-in is about $100.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of dabbling with this years ago. I wasted quite a bit of money that I probably shouldn't have. And if my wife is listening, I'm sorry. Well, I accidentally made it $25 a day for like a week or something, and but anyway, so I was messing with it, and all of the leads that I did get were all AI generated.
Interesting.
Uh,
I mean, I can exercise my right to vote.
I'm hitting zero.
Yeah. I think the big thing is checking to see that they're actually clicking through, and it could be AI bots that are clicking through for sure.
I got a lot of those spam, like people are like, "Oh, hey, I see you have a Kickstarter. I'd like to help you out with that. Here's my PayPal. Oh, I sent you PayPal money. Can you refund it back to me?"
Yeah, they need
all that baloney.
They need the Apple gift card or whatever mailed to them. Yeah. Let's see. So I like Michael Steger. That was MJ in a hooded robe. Absolutely. She could be a little red. I think so. We got lots of ones in the chat. Everybody wants you to do it.
Okay.
James, I don't believe you do it.
You're on.
Michael's got your back.
Oh, thanks, Michael. I appreciate it, bro.
It's so frustrating to the void of social media, not even getting an echo. Yeah, the internet sucks. What I would say though is that I believe Meta, you can click like what kind of engagement you want with the ad, and just don't pick like message me. Pick like click the link.
Yeah. Try it out, man. Maybe, hopefully, you'll have much better luck than I do. I will say that. I will hope for you.
The frustrating, and I brought it up on here before, is I've tried doing ads for like some of my pinup stuff, and like I've even cropped it in so I'm not showing like tons of skin or anything. And they're like, your ad's been rejected for conduct or content, and I'm like, I get literal AI thoughts showing up everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere as suggested content and ad content. Like, get out of here.
Right. I got shadow banned after doing my Gwen piece, so now I gotta somehow recover that. And it's not even that risky. I don't even know why I got shadow banned, but all the social medias, I'm now down. I was getting like 300 views a day, and now I'm down to like I got 10. I was like, what the F just happened?
I think this might be a bigger thing that's going on, because people started reporting at the beginning of last year, and it's been like every 3 to 6 months I see another wave of this, where people are like complaining that they're losing their audience in droves, that their engagement's super way down, and I could attest to that. Like a couple years ago, I'd get like 150 likes on something, and now I'm getting like 30.
Yeah.
I think some of these websites are cleaning up some of that bot content. I don't know if it's FEC or who, but if you're showing fake engagement and fake clicks, and you're telling your people that want to advertise with you that you get X amount of millions of engagement ticks per day, but really half of those are bots, that's called fraud, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I think some of these websites, ever since Elon bought up Twitter and started cleaning it up, I think some of these other websites were like, maybe we need to clean up too, and not just not tell anybody what we're doing. So, So who are you drawing tonight, James?
I'm drawing Black Cat. So I was
there you go.
Yeah.
Do a little head sketch.
Yeah. Little bust.
I like it.
Do you need me to turn the camera on so you know I'm not like cheating?
No, I think we trust you. I don't know that you would just have a Black Cat. If you could show us right now, like where you're at.
Sure.
You don't have to switch cameras. You could just hold it up.
Oh, sure. Yeah, like
let me.
I'm just doing a really quick rough, just to make sure the proportions are
perfect.
All in place.
There she is. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Hit that like button if you like seeing James draw stuff. I am not going to draw anything because I got to carry the show. Because if I start drawing, I'll just start like not making
rambling.
Yeah,
I
like
do
more
too.
than I normally do.
I know. But it's what my issue. This is my issue too. Is when I'm live streaming. I'll like forget to talk to people, and then they'll just like leave. It's common.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Let's see here. What do we want to talk about, guys? We've got some AI comics generators. I found some of those. Those are interesting if you want to take a peek at that. I've got incarceration that's coming up. How about we talk about that? That's more exciting. F the AI stuff. Like, we've talked about that. Some would say ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Sad,
but it's everywhere.
Yeah, so I've got next weekend. I will be. If I've probably told you all the story before, but I used to be in a heavy metal band called Among Ruin. You guys want to hear it? Let's see if we can find it real quick.
Heck yeah, dude.
Let's see if we can find it real quick.
For those of you who don't know, that intro he made himself.
I used some loops from Apple, but some of it I did write myself. Like actually go in and play it.
It kicks butt. I'm gonna ask you to make me one when you have time. You're like, no, I'm out.
The one you have time part is where you get me.
Yeah. That's the funny part. I know. I'm in the same boat. I'm like, for whatever reason, since AnimeCon, and I kind of like I said, I would say I did not break even, but ever since AnimeCon, it's kind of given me this new like rejuvenation of like doing things.
Well, that's good.
I have to like prove that I can do what I want to do, what I'm setting out to do. I almost gave up, but I was like, nah, I'm not doing it.
Don't give up, buddy.
I'm trying, man. Staying strong. Stay strong.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I don't know how loud this is going to be, and I don't see any volume controls on here, so
I'll let you know as soon as it's super loud.
So anyone wearing headphones like me and James, beware. Here we go. Oh no! Hold on one second. I have to get logged in with one of my email accounts. Yes, sign me in. I have to put my age and gender. I'm almost 40. It requires gender, but then it doesn't list anything.
You're a nothing.
I guess. Verifying. So we used to be in a metal band, my friends and I, back in our early mid-20s. Oh, here we go. And we made some really cool contacts. We never made it past that like indie band touring like the local scene kind of thing. Michael says he forgets to not fart when he's on stream.
That's a funny problem.
Yeah. He also says not who you are, it's what you do that defines you. That's right. That's right.
Man.
Right.
Yeah. Stay strong.
This is the only picture that we kind of had together as a band from back in the day. We were all wearing Halloween masks. So everyone thought we were like a Mushroom Head or a Slipknot ripoff. But here we go. Hey, you guys hear that?
Yeah. That doesn't sound good.
Is it too loud?
It's a little on the loud side.
Here we go. I found the volumes. You had to hit play for it to start giving you volume options. Is this a more acceptable volume level?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll bring it on just a little bit more. So, I think it's from like 2006 to like 2010, somewhere in there we played. Like I said, metal's supposed to be loud. Turn up just a little bit for this part. So, I don't sing at all. I do a lot of screaming. And we made some really cool connections. We as a band, however, alas, did not make it. We ended up going our separate ways, all the good stuff. And the guy that used to book our band did make it big. That's what we like to see. Fucking solid. Oh yeah. So our buddy went on to book like a tour across the U.S. That was like Sony's looking for like the next big band, like Battle of the Bands contest.
Nice.
And somehow got plugged in years later to take over the show that was going on in Mansfield, Ohio, called Ink and the Clink. And apparently had a bunch of issues with vendors not getting paid, staff not getting paid. Allegedly, I could be completely wrong. This is just hearsay. And Michael says this little sound he makes when he stubbed his toe last night. So now this is more or less like our dedicated annual, like quote unquote, like reunion. Is he gets us some sweet passes to go backstage and hang out at this show. And get this show here. This is where I'll be this weekend. This is Stabbing Westward up on stage. I forget who this was. Somebody, I don't know. This is Mansfield, Ohio. These are a bunch of houses that are literally facing a prison. It's a good way to wake up every day.
Nice.
Let's see. Chris says, "You know who would really like it, Steve? Your fan club." That's all I'm saying. I have fans everywhere, Chris. They would all love it. Here's my fan club at Mansfield. I climbed up on the they got like the security thing where like all the guys catch the crowd surfers.
Yeah.
So I got the crowd hyped up. I'm like, "Will you take a photo with me?" And they're like, "Yeah, like put your horns in the air."
Nice, dude.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
All right, I don't know what this is gonna keep playing here.
So you get to hang out in front of everybody. That's cool.
We get to go almost anywhere.
Wow. I'd kill for that. That's cool because I hate crowd surfing.
Yeah, me too. I've never done it, but every time I see it happen, I'm like, I hate that.
What I really mean is I hate freaking dealing with crowds, man. It's just too much for me. That's why I am on the opposite side of the table at shows.
Yeah. Well, the first time that we got hooked up like this was back in like 2000. I think it was like 2008.
Yeah.
And back then we got invited to, was it Rock on the Range? And it was wild just meeting. I mean, it was the who's who of like every rock and metal band. Like Korn was there. I got to meet Jonathan Davis and Monkey. I got to meet all kinds of people and just like play it cool. Just play it cool, dude, the whole time. So, hey,
Nice.
cool. Yeah, you guys having a good time? How was your flight? Good. The bus was cool. All right, cool. See ya.
Fanboying over there.
Yeah, the whole weekend, the whole mantra was just play it cool.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a certain point. I missed out. Did I tell this story that I almost got a free paintball gun?
I do not recall.
So we end up in this tent, and they've got some snacks or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of. It almost looks like a little like flea market kind of thing. There's a bunch of tables selling stuff. And I'm walking around, and if you don't know, Columbus is home to one of the largest paintball fields in America. And there's a dude sitting there with a couple of paintball guns and boxes on the table with some T-shirts. And I was played a lot of paintball at the time, so I'm just shooting the shit with this guy. And I'm like it's kind of weird that you got like paintball stuff here. He's like, "Yeah, we haven't talked to a whole lot of people today." I'm like, "That's crazy." And I'm like, "Oh, is that the new Tipman whatever?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you want one?" I'm like, "Oh no, man, I'm good." Thinking like he's trying to sell it to me, right? He's like, "Well, we could hook you up with something." I'm like, "I'll take a T-shirt." He's like, "Yeah, take a T-shirt." I find out later they're literally handing away paintball guns for free to the artists because we were in the area that if you're one of like the headlining artists, you get to go. And I'm just walking around like I'm supposed to be there. But hindsight 2020, the last thing you need to hand me in a crowded area is
Yeah.
So yeah. That being said, things are much tamer now. We do some of the bands we can actually get up backstage like this and actually kind of hang out. Truth be told, the sound sucks on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so all the artists now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but all of your mainstream artists that are playing big stages like this, none of these speakers are really doing anything for you. They've got speakers facing out towards the crowd, but they all have in-ear monitors. So if you're standing behind these speakers, you can't hear anything that's coming out of them, hardly. All you can really hear is kind of the drum. That's about it.
Yeah.
So it's cool to go up there and get photos. So all your friends are like, he has clout. In all reality, it just had everything to do with who I got drunk with 20 years ago.
Nice.
That's about it.
He has clout. That's funny.
Yeah. Now, that being said, a lot of these bands, they actually restrict who can be backstage now. They've gotten way more tight with it. So for a lot of the bands, we actually get to hang out back at the sound booth. That's like stage center, like, I don't know, 40 yards back, maybe 50 yards.
Oh, okay.
So you get to see the whole show, everything that's got the best sound in the house, obviously, because the soundboard is there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can zoom in here. This dude right here, he's wearing like the boonie hat, is the happiest man at the show. Reason being, he will get up on these little steps here that they use for like crowd control and stuff. Yeah. And he's holding a garden hose. And all weekend long, his whole job is to spray the audience. The entire weekend. That's all he's doing. And there will be people out here that are like, hit me, hit me. And he's just got this big smile on his face as he's literally just blasting somebody with his garden hose. It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
There's a certain point where we were leaving the sound booth here for one of the acts. And I walk up to him. I'm like, dude, you have to be the happiest guy I've ever seen. And he's just laughing. He's like, I am.
That's funny.
Yeah. Michael says that James is less a crowd surfer and more of a crowd paddle boarder. I saw someone threw a raft out into the crowd and actually jumped into the raft with a paddle.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So this should be a good time this weekend. We've got good friends, some that I don't get to see too often will be there. Yeah, it'll be a good time. They've got a big lineup too. We were talking about that the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm jealous. I want to go see. I want to go see a bunch of those bands, but Dayseeker is on my list.
Let's see. They got Slipknot. This is their only U.S. show in 2025.
Oh wow!
I think this band's about done, man.
Slipknot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, fun fact! I get to see somebody that was in Slipknot many years ago.
Oh yeah.
He's not even part of the current band, but he's coming to Steel City Con next month, which I thought was really weird.
Which guy is it?
Chris Fane.
Fane.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he was part of like a they split ways with Joey Jordanson, the drummer, and then he passed away not too long after. And then it was Craig, their bassist, not Craig the bassist. Craig's their programmer guy. What was the name of the bassist? I'm
awful at names, dude.
I'm losing it. Their bassist died. And Slipknot is like slip vertebrae these days. Dude.
Sorry.
Some of the stuff they do, man. They don't do as much like beating the shit out of each other anymore, but like they still jump all over the place.
That was pretty funny.
Paul was the name of their bassist.
Okay.
He passed away. Joey passed away. Craig left the band. Chris got fired. It's I don't know how much longer they're doing this.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if I'm gonna hedge my bet that Corey hands over the keys to his son.
Oh, okay.
What's his son's name? Is it Griffin?
I really couldn't tell you.
I think it's Griffin. He's in a band called Vended. Vended isn't bad, but if you listen to Vended's like first EP, the dude sounds so much like early Corey Taylor. It's kind of spooky. Like it's like, yeah, this sounds like a young Corey Taylor, and like they just hit Control-C, Control-V, and brought him back.
That's funny.
So Slipknot will be fun, I think. I'm not a huge Falling in Reverse fan, but if they get Tech 9 and Slaughter to Prevail, you hear that song, Ronnie?
Yes.
So they have both those guys featured on there. If they get both of them to come on stage, that would be amazing. I think Slaughter to Prevail's playing.
That would be pretty cool.
Five Finger Death Punch. My brother is a big Five Finger Death Punch fan. I don't know. They're fine. I'm not a huge fan. Some of their songs I like, but Knocked Loose, 3 Days Grace, Manson. There's a lot of these bands I've heard of, and I've heard some of their stuff. I don't follow them.
Yeah.
I Prevail. I feel like I Prevail plays every year.
Probably. They're pretty hot.
They put on a good show.
I don't doubt that.
Lamb of God would be good to see. I haven't seen them since it's probably been 20 years. Oh, there's Slaughter. Yeah, so they do have Slaughter. So maybe they'll do that song together. Yeah, tons of bands. It sounds like Saturday we're going to be there all day. Friday, I think we're still going to go kind of early. And then Sunday, the big appeal Sunday is Five Finger Death Punch. There's a couple other bands I wouldn't mind seeing, but I'm not too, I don't know. Anymore, it's like, I'm not a big live music guy.
Yeah.
Like concert festival. Kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't been to one in a while, but man, I don't think any show will top that show I went to. It was I'm drawing a blank on the name now though. I'm so bad with names, dude. I don't know what it is. It'll come to me next show. No, it's like more classic-y rock. Probably not a band you would know.
Okay. Well, that doesn't help.
I know.
I can't even begin to guess. So like, oh, you know.
I know. I'm drawing a blank on the name right now. It'll come to me.
All right. Well, I was taking a look through here, and I'm kind of wondering. Obviously, it's way too late for this year, but they do camping. They have a whole campground set up, and apparently it's buck wild. Now, granted, it's probably not anything I need to be doing. Michael just guessed NSYNC.
You go see NSYNC? Classic rock. You crazy person.
It's classic, right? I think. They have these camping passes, and I'm like, if I could somehow rent an RV for the weekend and hang out at the campground, that might actually be a good time.
Nice.
But it costs money.
It was Tragically Hip. I just had to Google it.
What was it?
Tragically Hip.
I've not heard of them.
You've never heard of them? They're pretty good, man. Pretty good. But it was Tragically Hip was just an extra. We didn't actually go to see Tragically Hip. It was like we went to go see a different band, Flogging Molly. We went to see Flogging Molly, and one of my wife's favorite bands was also there. I can't remember their name either, but we went for Flogging Molly, and then it had turned out the Tragically Hip concert had been completely rained out the 2 weekends earlier, so they rescheduled it and added it on to our show.
Interesting.
We were going to. Yeah, it was awesome, dude.
That's pretty sweet.
I got to see Flogging Molly and Tragically Hip, and it ended up like raining at the end of the concert, and like he literally sang the song where he sings about it, and it was downpouring. I don't even know if their equipment made it beyond it, but it was so awesome because it was like Everybody wanted an encore, and it was a great night. Night. I don't think anything will ever top that.
In the chat, if you guys would type in your favorite not convention. I'm so stuck in one track mind. Your favorite show, favorite festival, artist to see live. Type in your favorite concert that you've been to. One of the craziest ones I've been to, it was actually, have you ever heard of the band Il Nino? Are we done with the sketch?
Yeah, we're all done, man. See,
Let's do the reveal here. Let's do the reveal.
20 minutes.
Very cool. Look at that. 20 minutes in and out. Done and done.
Yeah.
Very nice. Good work,
right,
James.
Not as good as J Scott Campbell, but
well, you said you could do it. And as far as I can tell, you did it.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
I mean, this is what he was doing, and you pretty much did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
More different style, but
sell that for $1,200, and you're good to go.
Yeah. If I can sell one piece for $1,200, I wouldn't need to work for a week and a half.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Start pricing your stuff for $1,200. Someone will buy it sooner or later.
Awesome, man. That would be awesome.
Soundgarden would have been good to see.
Oh yeah.
Soundgarden. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen them. And at this rate, I don't know who you could get to match Cornell. I know, like, Linkin Park got a bunch of grief for bringing on a new singer. I forget the gal's name. Yeah. I can't imagine trying to replace Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think they did like a Nirvana reunion not too long ago. I forget who, I don't know if Dave Grohl was singing or something. I could have sworn I saw that.
Oh, yeah. No, I think. Oh, no, yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. No, Dave Grohl sang a Nirvana song at one of their concerts.
No, I think they did a legit like Nirvana reunion.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay.
Let's just take a look. A Nirvana reunion took place at the Fire Aid benefit concert in Los Angeles, January 30th, 2025, according to multiple news sources. Dave Grohl, Chris Novoselic, and Pat Smear performed with guest vocalists including St. Vincent, Kim Gordon, Joan Jett, and Violet Grohl. They played a selection of Nirvana songs. Interesting. Yeah, it's available on YouTube. Go check it out. Stone Temple Pilots in the 90s at the Santa Barbara Bowl. That's kind of fun to say, Santa Barbara Bowl. Sounded fantastic. So have you ever heard of the band Il Nino?
I have not. Maybe I have, but I don't, not off the top of my head.
So at the time when they came out, call it late 90s, early 2000s, everyone was referring to them as like the Latino Slipknot.
Okay.
So they did a lot more like the hand toms, you know, the like that's my best Tom impersonation.
Okay.
But super heavy. They were one of my favorite bands, and they were playing a tiny venue in Youngstown, just outside Youngstown, Ohio, in a basement called The Cellar, aptly named The Cellar. It was down in the basement of a billiards hall.
Wow.
So when you plug in the address and you get out there and you walk in, and it's literally just a bunch of dudes playing pool, and you're like, is there going to be a metal show in here? And they just pull up to the door. It was amazing. It was such a tiny packed venue. So many people down there. It was them, forget the other band, and then Static X was the headliner.
Ooh, cool.
And dude, it was wild.
That's cool.
I got so winded and dehydrated from like moshing during El Nino.
Oh yeah.
That I literally, like, my buddy pulled me off to the side and I just slumped down against the wall. And I pulled out of my pocket. I just had a wad of cash. I'm like, go get water. And he takes the money out of my hand. I think I had like $60 on me for the weekend. And he's like, water doesn't cost 60, idiot. He throws the money back at me and it's just laying on the floor. I'm like looking at $40 on the floor and I can't move. I'm like trying not to die.
Wow.
It
Good
was
friend.
he's a good buddy of mine. We got stories. I'm not going to divulge all those stories on here. This is the internet.
Yeah, let's. You don't want to put everything out there.
We embraced
some
a lot of
secrets.
the Slipknot mentality as far as like fucking with each other.
Nice.
Especially when we were drunk, like trying to make each other puke and stuff.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So, anywho, what else we got? I still have a bunch of tabs open, but
yeah,
I really don't feel like going into some of these other subjects. I pulled this one up because it's just kind of interesting. We don't want
to do our Reddit deep dive.
Yeah, I've got a Reddit one we'll pull up here, but like I was getting slammed with all these ads for like how to make a comic. Like there's these comic book generators with AI prompts.
Yeah, I haven't seen that a lot.
And it's interesting because at a glance it looks good. Let's share a tab here.
We talked a little bit about this over the weekend, I think.
Yeah, it's just so if you watch any of the in-depth videos, these guys do these shorts that get you excited about like, oh, I can make a awesome looking comic. And then you go watch the full video and it looks nothing like what they advertise. Even the short doesn't look like with the thumbnail. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like getting into it.
We'll save it for next week.
I don't even know if I want to talk about next week. It's just like the AI thing is just like,
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a bigger problem than what people realize. And I'm not talking about art.
Well, have you heard that YouTube and Facebook are beginning to demonetize AI content?
Dude, they need to. Because the amount of freaking channels that are just popping up that are just slop.
Yeah,
I don't like using the catchy phrases that people are doing. Everyone's calling AI slop now. It's what it is. It's just like, you want content on your plate.
Yeah.
You want to see a kid rescued by a wolf? You want to see Spider-Man eat some hot dogs?
Yeah.
Demonetize that shit.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I wish I could say that they're doing it for the purpose of bringing back original content and creation, but they're really just doing it to save a couple bucks. But it works in our favor, at least.
No. I am so bad at paying attention to the Instagram window.
Oh,
there's all kinds of people that
miss a lot of chats. Oh, man.
Not a lot of chats, but there's people that I would have liked to give some shout outs, but they're not here in the chat anymore. So sorry, suckers. I should say sorry, suckers to the fans. Shouldn't say that. All right. Let's finish with our Reddit adventure. Let's see here. Share the screen. I don't know. I don't think we really need to share this. Oh, where is it?
Also, darn all you people who didn't comment. And when you put a 1 in the chat.
What?
I remember they put a 1 in the chat to make me draw.
Yeah.
They didn't say anything.
I don't know what to say to you, man.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good fun.
All right. I can't share the screen, so I'm just gonna read what it says.
Oh man. All right.
It says you wake up in your childhood bedroom, 10 years old, with all your current knowledge. What's your first move? 10 years old. You snap to. It was all a dream. Or was it?
That's a rough one.
So I think a lot of people would jump to like, go invest in.
Yeah, I was gonna go that route, but that was too canned of a response. I don't know, man.
Dude, money changes people too, man. Like, imagine you did invest in, you name it, and right now You go from what situation you're currently in to you have $4 billion in your bank account.
And
your life is instantly completely different.
Yeah, I probably not necessarily completely for the best.
Mm-hmm.
So many of those guys get shot or killed or taken advantage of.
Yeah, that's the big one. And it's like, you've got your situation that you've got now. Now imagine you're trying to go date and you're a $4 billion, individual. You got a bunch of snakes trying to take your money, man.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, if I was back in my 10-year-old body, there's a lot that I would like to change. The only thing I would probably tell myself is never get fat. That's about it. I think that's really, I wouldn't change much. I know that sounds like a really stupid answer.
No.
But I have a very firm stance that I would not be who I am today without everything that I've been through. So
No.
really wouldn't change much. Mostly because I wouldn't want the entire multiverse to collapse on itself because I made a change. Just saying.
There's that. There's that. There were a couple of people that did make comments in the Reddit thread here. They were like, I wouldn't want to change anything because I wouldn't want anything to change. Like, I would avoid divulging information. Because think about it. The other side to it, too, is like if you become this prodigy that just happens to know everything,
the
government's going to find you. Maybe like, how do you know? How do you know all these things?
I mean, I guess I'd be substantially better at art by the time I'm this age. That would be cool. Because, I've already got all this knowledge.
You don't have the muscle memory, though.
Well, yeah, but at least I have the knowledge. I know what I have to study.
Yeah, you would have definitely a nominal head start on all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would change or what I wouldn't. It's let's just say you had to say one thing. You have enough time to make one fortune cookie style comment to your younger self.
Yeah.
Anyone in the chat want to chime in? Because I think the one thing I would say is something along the lines like, it's gonna be all right.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? If I had come to myself at 10 years old and I had told myself that, I feel like things would have gone a little better in a situation, mentally for me at that age. 10 was tough. 10 was tough. I could go really dark with this answer, but I'm not going to say I don't want to kill our viewers with sadness by the end of the show. But yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice to hear from a different version of myself.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, friends, since no one in the chat has anything better to say, I would just tell myself as a child to say, if you're going to be a superhero, you got to start building the Batcave now. Shovel a day. By the time you're my age, you have a place to park the Batmobile. Just saying.
Yeah.
And then I think from there, I'd be like, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's it. All right. Well, friends, I do appreciate y'all hanging out. I might, and it's a big might, try to do a live stream from the venue this weekend. I might try to do some behind the scenes stuff. I have no idea what kind of cell connection I'm going to have. At a bare minimum, I'm going to try to take lots of pictures, be able to share that next week, do a little show and tell. But we'll see. Maybe, just maybe, I might have a backstage cigar with you guys. But I don't even know what backstage is going to look like because they changed the whole format of the layout.
Yeah.
And where they have us now for backstage stuff does not look that big. Okay. So we will see. But James, what do you got going on? Anything you want to plug before we call it a night?
No. Just keep an eye on my socials, man. I got lots coming down the line. I got shows coming up. You said you're going to be traveling next week, right? So no show next weekend or next Wednesday.
Oh, no, I will. I'm home next weekend too.
Oh, are you? Okay. Yeah, no, I got a couple of shorts that I just put up this week, so check out my YouTube channel. Yep. And yeah, tons more coming down the line.
Everything is at Sketching the Beast. I just put that in the chat for you. So guys, give James a follow if you haven't already. I do appreciate all of the support from the faithful followers that we have. And friends, that's what we're going to call it tonight. Look out. Check your socials this weekend. If you see a notification pop up, we might have a surprise live stream. Okay. That's enough. Bye-bye.
Peace.